Okay, so back to EU4. In the last one, we finished a war with Bengal and grew out a great amount of territory in India. And also we're planning to make wars with a bunch of people. There was a lot of opportunities and we were just waiting for stuff to happen, really. The first thing that caught my attention was that I had a lot of troops in England. So I thought of a war against Great Britain as my first war for this video. And after waiting for troops to gather around, I was still waiting for troops to gather around because I wanted some transport to be able to transport those troops. But then after that, I was able to declare war with Great Britain. Since I did have a nexus on military power, I did buy a lot of general and blew up some forts. They only have around 100,000 troops, and they should not have any outside colonies other than Alaska. And here's the main British fleet, I just found it. We are a few months later, and we just finished the fort on Wales, and we still had zero position. That's pretty nice. My colonies in North America are dealing with Alaska pretty easily. As you saw, they only had a few provinces there. I don't know what region by heart it is of England, but central England, I guess. And here is the first battle in England. Oh yeah, my troops are just built different. It's not even close. They have okay idea groups. I guess army composition is just way better on my side. Nice. A little bit carpet siege later, and the siege of York is done. Still no position in the British Isles, but my fleet of heavy ships is now done. Nice. A few seconds later, and I can take my idea set, which would be the end of administrative, which I decide to do because of the governing cap. I don't really need it, but it's pretty great. As you can see, I have some space for more states in England. I decided to make sure I'm very much good against the English, and I am. I would be completely fine just destroying their navies right now. With the fort of Dumfries done, I can at least go forward and push some armies. I find out that the English Navy is actually around Australia, which makes so much sense. Sure, do what you want to do. As I'm trying to figure out what kind of peace deal I want to do, I also figure out that my mission tree requires me to take everything in the England, not region either, it's just the England place, right? Except Northumberland, which means I could probably take it out in one chunk, but it would require a lot of war of extinction, so I decided to not take everything, but you'll see in the peace deal later. And with the soon fall of Northumberland, I can push far. About right now, I finished the war with the Palatinate, which is pretty neat. Just less obnoxious. While waiting around for some forts, I also remember that, oh, East Frisia is a thing, so I should probably try to do something about them, which I go do something about them. But with the siege of Ulster and the defeat of a part of their navy, I decide to check if I can peace out. What I have opted to do instead is take less of mainland England, but also take Alaska, one or two islands in the Pacific, and some money. Make taking way less overextension and making it easier so that I would take another war with them anyways, and I can't take the mission anyways because I need to take Belgium. So after making sure I didn't miss any province, I peace out. And also realized that the Sulu are alive. I don't remember how that would have happened, but sure, I'll do that eventually. I also took semi-recently an idea, meaning I don't have enough admin to core everything, of course. I need to go against the Low Countries very soon, so I'm looking over to see some potential targets and realize that they are extremely weak and I should really do it. While coring my provinces, I got good news. My Mexican colony finally decided to conquer their tribal vassals, and they finally will mop up all of Mexico. I also decided my next target will be Vijayanagar, but first I need to deal with some rebel issues around in India. Remember last video when I said I want to build some more boats? Well, now I really want to build some more boats. So yeah, that's an order for 99 more heavy ships, please. Thank you. We're also getting pretty close on coring. I just need one more click. Which I currently decided to build a building by accident. Oops. We are a year later. I have dealt with rebels for so many times, I now decide that I want to go to war. And my first thing in my head is like, Songhai is a very easy target that will give me a lot of overextension, but I don't really care about it because I have quite a bit of admin power stored up, and I just finished kind of ish coring my other provinces in England. So I decide, why not? I go against Songhai. My first idea of a peace deal I kind of thought like this because it would have taken all the forts that are annoying and they are very high level forts, so that would make me pretty good for stacking up. And also I want some gold. I also got Miltech 26 at that point, so yay! And I also got my next age bonus, which I decided to get for my artillery damage from back row, because in big wars I think that would matter quite a bit. And the war was exactly how you would think it would, meaning the Ottomans declared war on them pretty early on, meaning I had to... It would now became a siege war on who could siege the fastest, and the furthest as fast as possible. Which means I had my entire attention on Songhai the entire time of the war, and not even looking everywhere. Ooh, core. Ooh, boats. Distractions. Nice. That's a mighty armada for the mighty Spanish Empire. More on them later on the video. Back on the siege war, it's going okay. I am sieging everything-ish, but I really need to be quick. Hopefully Force March will give me a hand. They're getting close. I don't like it. The goal of the war was now to make the Ottomans suffer, so which I kind of was able to do, which I made my new peace deal. My number one focus was to block off the Ottomans. My number two was to get the gold mines so that I can, I think, get the achievement if I didn't get it already. I think I got it already, but still. And then get the forts, because they're annoying. If I have time left, make pretty borders, and if I, again, have more time left, try to get some center of trades. I can take on another 30% more overextension, so I decide to take more pretty borders. Like this. This would be a pretty good border, and it won't make me take too much stuff. But I also decide that border guard might be a price to pay if I want easy war score and easy conquest so that I can have a truce faster than the Ottomans. After doing a bunch of back and forth, I decided to do it with that. Border gory? Yes. Make the Ottomans suffer? Also yes, so both goals not accomplished, one goal accomplished. A few center of trades upgrade later, and also while I was building some buildings, I discover revolution has spread into me. Oh no. A few seconds of looking for that map mode and I figure out, yes, it is indeed increasing in Italy. Good news though, it is spawned in Venice, meaning I can technically take it out. If Venice becomes revolutionary, I can have a CB to crush a revolution and destroys the revolution center, which would be ideal for me. About a year and a half of rebel destroying later, I build some more boats, and this time not heavy ships, but transport so I can move troops more efficiently. Building about 80 of them. I now realize about what I talked about last video, about this mission tree that requires me to own this state and create a holy order, which I need the whole state to be owned by one colony, which it is owned by two. Which is a pain, meaning I need one of them to release those provinces. Which has one or two choice. Either one, I 100% an enemy and make them accept my terms, which will require me to lose a war, which means lose the hegemon, which means a lot of bad things. Or second option, the best one I'd say, is to make one of those two a new independent nation and then conquer them by hand again, which probably would need to be this Mexican one, because the other one is their rightful state, meaning when they die they would probably just go back to themselves again. I could probably make it go better, but that's probably a bad idea too. Both of them are just a pain to deal with, and I'll have to deal with eventually. But for now, I consider this future me problem. I also get the new tech, which gives me the new idea set. And for the next one, I wasn't sure. But really, I didn't need any military ideas or any diplomatic one, really. Trade would be good, but I have enough money. Any military one would be good, but I have enough military. So humanist was the one I was looking for. So that way I have less rebels and more time for war. Back to the problem of this state. The biggest problem, as I said, was that it's not the right colonial nation. New Spain decided to just grab everything. Which is extremely annoying since my Californian one is not big, which needs to be dealt with. But again, future me problem. The Songhai rebels are stunning pop-up, so I have one army group just being ready to provoke rebels and just being there on time. A bunch of provoking rebels later, I eventually core off Songhai territories. One transport fleet later, I have my transport fleet. Coalition-wise is going pretty good. The only people that are annoyed at me are people that I literally conquered. And as you can see by the appearance on new troops, you can see that I created more men. And by more men, I mean more men. They done the revolution, no one has become revolutionary, but they are becoming annoying. Since I have quite the amount of max absolutism, I decided to get some more Diplo points for some reason. Again, more men in India. Also more buildings everywhere. And literally a few seconds after deciding to build the hell out of everything, I decided to go against Kitara because they were a sore in my eyes for some reason. How do I say this? The war was very one-sided. I can't say they didn't fight bravely. Well, they did try to run away, but still, they fought, and all perished for it. And as I'm continuing the carpet siege of Katara, I look over at Songhai and realize they have exploded, and are now all potential targets. Ooh. Also, the Ottomans didn't take much. They really didn't care. And after penning everyone that just popped up, I decide that Jenny is the best target and brings Molly and Jenny in the same war, because many of them are guaranteed by either Songhai or the Ottomans, and I want to fight both of them on my own terms. Side note, I could have taken my next idea, but I was able to refrain myself and not use my admin power as soon as I was able to use my admin power to core everything in those two wars. Which was good news because literally 10 seconds after, the siege of that one was done, meaning I was able to phalanx them. And 15 seconds later, the siege of Jenny was done, which meant not that war over because I wanted to phalanx Mali too. But now it is, as the siege of the Mali capital is done. And thank you Ottomans to release all this free stuff for me. This is more people to fight, which I decided to do, and white peace the Songhai. But I did realize that I had one place I could colonize that I did not colonize yet. Those 3 provinces are yet to grab, so I will do that now. And after a bit, the siege of the Songo capital, I will call them Songo for some reason, is done, which means I can peace them out, and I thought of this peace deal. Just blocking the Ottomans even more, which is great in my opinion. And a few sieges later, I can peace out Oyo. By the way, if they wonder if the AI sometimes says yes, even if the X marker was there, or if they say no, even if the green check mark was there, it's just because the modifiers are there, but it's only updating after each month for the cross. And there goes the other guy too. So nice, that's some good stuff. And I'm not over the overextension 100%, so that's pretty great. But anyways, we approached the 20-minute mark, and Tunis is a great target. But we'll see all about that in the next one. I hope you liked it, and see you on the next one.